This contestant wiped another contestant's tears with the edge of his jacket. And these heartwarming moments are from some of the most loved contestants on Hell's Kitchen. To start things off, let's talk about a contestant from Nashville who made a song out of every other stressful situation. So who's up for a little Sterling Beats? Sterling Wright, a contestant from the 13th season, ranked in 7th place. Wright, known as the guy who gives his 100%, lit up Hell's Kitchen with his positive attitude, endless passion, and friendly demeanor. You can't deny that Wright was an absolute joy to watch. And this started right from the very first day. During the signature dish challenge, Wright was the 5th person from the blue team to have his dish judged by Chef Ramsay. Even before having the dish judged, Wright looked very excited. Chef Ramsay, who also noticed his behavior, teased him about looking like he was gonna piss his pants.
You look so excited like you're about to piss your pants.
And that's when Wright made a statement that we'll always remember him for. Wright said that he would always be 100, and he lived up to his word till the very end.
I'm always 100.
What's his 100?
I'm 100%.
During Wright's time on the show, one good moment always followed another. Well, that's what happens with people who are so free-spirited. And one such memorable moment happened on the 4th day. During the brunch service challenge, Wright was on the baked eggs Florentine station with Brian Gallagher. At one point, Wright suggested that Gallagher add more salt to the spinach, but an irritated Gallagher ignored it since he already tasted it 15 times.
I tasted the spinach like 15 times.
However, when Chef Ramsay tasted the dish and asked Wright what was missing, he simply blurted out the obvious and said salt.
What does that need?
Salt, sir.
When Chef Ramsay agreed, Wright positively claimed that he was 100% sure that salt was required.
100% sure that it needed one more salt.
Remember when he said he's always 100? Well, we've seen him being exactly that on multiple occasions. For instance, let's talk about the time when the blue team was struggling with their first ticket. While the entire kitchen was in chaos, Wright took the lead. Chef Ramsay was so pleased to see that someone was taking the initiative to organize this mess. And how he did it will shock you.
French toast crepes, Florentine, how long? French toast crepes, Florentine, how long? They feel good.
For someone who is so jovial and lighthearted, it doesn't come to much of a surprise that every time Wright made a dish, he added a secret ingredient to it. That ingredient would be love.
The key ingredient I used was love.
What does love taste like?
You tasting it now.
Although somewhere down the line, when the competition started to ramp up, not many contestants appreciated this valuable ingredient.
Love's not a f***ing ingredient, asshole.
However, the guest judges and Chef Ramsay always took note of it. Now, this is the gist of what happened on the 8th day during the dog show planning challenge. When asked about the key ingredient in his panko breaded crab cakes, Wright proudly exclaimed that it was love. Just take a look at Aaron Lamont, who wasn't buying any of it. He was actually getting really irritated.
If I had to describe Sterling's crab cake in one word, it'd be fast food.
But guess what? The judges loved the dish.
There's a good amount of crab in it. The texture inside is delicious.
Yeah.
The judges were so intrigued by his answer that they even asked him what love tasted like. While Lamont thought that the crab cakes looked like fast food, Wright went on to win the round. Anyway, with Wright around, you're sure to witness some degree of fun. And this is what we saw on the 10th day when Wright sent out his risotto. The dish was accepted right away and was also deemed to be extremely delicious.
That risotto's delicious.
Thank you.
As the orders piled up, Wright made an entire song out of it, and it was so much fun to watch.
Risotto, capellini, I'm hot. My name is Sterling. Risotto right now?
Everybody bounce.
Risotto, hot, hot, hot. Risotto, capellini, I'm hot. Hey, got this.
Unfortunately, Wright's time on Hell's Kitchen ended in the 12th episode. Sadly, it just wasn't his day. He made so many mistakes while at the fish station, and it dragged the entire red team down. During the deliberations, although Chef Ramsay eliminated him, he did praise him for being a phenomenal and relentless competitor.
You have been a phenomenal, relentless competitor. You've been a joy to be around.
Wright was someone who ensured that everyone around him was happy. That explains exactly why, upon his departure, almost every contestant was in tears. Before he left, as a closing statement, Chef Ramsay said, "You'll always be 100 to me."
Listen, continue cooking.
I will, Chef.
Okay, you'll always be 100 to me.
This kind and generous man has continued to spread happiness through his passionate cooking. Although he's not working at a fancy restaurant, he's doing something much greater. By working at the St. Thomas Midtown cafeteria, Wright is giving back to the hospital that gave his adoptive mom a life-saving operation and is treating his sister's cancer. How noble of him, don't you think? But this next contestant from a sleepy New Hampshire town bagged a chance to fly with Chef Ramsay as a reward while leaving the show. How fortunate is that? Honestly, we haven't seen many chefs being rewarded during their departure. But this 20-year-old was different. Nicole Hanna was a contestant from the 19th season who ranked in 6th place. With very little experience, Hanna showed tremendous improvement during the competition. Her determination to learn and hunger to nurture herself in the culinary world made her stand out from the others. On the first day during the Signature Dish Challenge, Hanna showed immense potential. This Signature Dish Challenge was very different from the ones we've seen over the years.
One chef from the red team and one chef from the blue team will go head-to-head tonight, cooking with the same ingredients. Each pair over to the slot machine. One of you will pull the lever, revealing stunning protein, amazing vegetable, phenomenal starch.
This time, the chefs had to play for their ingredients using a slot machine. Hanna went up against Declan Horgan and received New York strip loin, corn, and couscous as her ingredients. She had a hard time preparing the dish, and that's when she revealed her lack of experience in the kitchen.
I have not gone to culinary school. I actually have only been in the field for about 2 years.
Hanna was the first person from the red team to have her dish judged. Chef Ramsay found the dish to be delicious and rewarded her with 4 points.
Dish is delicious.
Thank you.
That, for me, is a very, very strong 4. Good job.
Thank you.
However, the red team had little trust in her because of her minimal experience in the kitchen. But she always rose to the occasion and displayed her capabilities. Despite that, Hanna was nominated for elimination on the 3rd day. Chef Ramsay was annoyed with the team's decision to do away with her because they had chosen the wrong person.
Second nominee, Chef Nicole.
What? What did you do wrong tonight?
Nothing, Chef. I thought she was great.
Now, I'm not too sure what kitchen you're in tonight, but from where I was standing, you have the wrong two.
But this helped Hanna fight for her place, and she bounced back the very next day to prove her worth. She exhibited great collaborative skills by jumping in to help Brittany Radcliffe, who was struggling at the fish station. By now, it was pretty clear that Hanna was determined to improve. Although there were moments where she succumbed to the pressure, Hanna always found the motivation to move forward. On the 5th day, Hanna, for the first time, had to handle the meat station all by herself.
I am working solo for the first time tonight on the meat station. I'm a little bit anxious about it.
Initially, there were a few hiccups, but as the episode progressed, she soon picked up the pace. It's not wrong to say that Hanna's growth in the competition was extraordinary. Even Chef Ramsay noticed it. On the 10th day during the dinner service, Hanna was at the meat station. That night, a special VIP was dining at the restaurant and the teams were challenged to be in sync. Hanna was well aware that this challenge and the pressure that came with it would be intense. One mistake and everything would have to be restarted, but Hanna killed it. All of her meats were accepted and Chef Ramsay praised her for cooking them perfectly.
Nikki, exceptional.
Thank you, Chef.
This temperature is extraordinary. I mean, it's absolutely picture perfect. Beautiful.
Even the red team noticed her amazing performance and noted that Hanna was an emerging threat. Later that night, Chef Ramsay pulled Hanna into the pantry. While we were all expecting a stern lashing since that's what Chef Ramsay usually does when he singles people out, he did something shocking instead. Chef Ramsay praised her for her exceptional performance during the dinner service.
Yeah, you're cooking in a different league. I don't know if you know that, but your cooking tonight has been exceptional.
Thank you, Chef.
The transformation the last couple of weeks has been extraordinary.
Coming from the world-famous chef, this meant a lot to Hanna, and she claimed that she would remember this moment forever.
Surreal to have a Michelin star chef have one-on-one conversation with me, little Nikki from Wolfboro, New Hampshire.
But you...
I will hold that near and dear forever.
For someone with just a little over 2 years of experience, she came a long way on the show. On the 12th day, Hanna had to leave the show for good, but we're sure that she did that with her head held high. She had given some really good chefs a run for their money, and although she was emotional, she earned a very unique chance to fly with Chef Ramsay. You have to watch this to believe it.
Nikki, you may not have earned a black jacket, young lady, but you have earned my respect. You are the most improved chef that I've ever witnessed in the history of this competition.
Thank you so much, Chef.
And so I will personally fly you to any of my restaurants around the world as a stash, for as long as you'd like.
While Hannah started off as a beginner who was clumsy and had shaky hands, her experience on Hell's Kitchen reignited her inner passion. Nowadays, she works as an executive chef in New York and is the CEO of Yellow Jacket Chefware Inc. But this next contestant not only led herself, but any team that she was a part of, to victory. Megan Gill was the winner of the 14th season. Gill was one of the strongest chefs that Hell's Kitchen has ever seen. From her leadership skills to her collaborative skills to even her culinary talent, Gill dominated her season by a long shot. There wasn't a single moment that she left people feeling unimpressed and gave off the impression that she would win from her very first dish. On day 1, Gill showed us what an amazing chef she was, and we knew that she'd be a tough competitor. During the signature dish challenge, Gill made some rainbow trout. She expressed that she cooked this dish multiple times and would be disappointed if it came out imperfectly. However, this doubt completely vanished when Chef Ramsay praised the dish for being stunning. She even managed to score a perfect 5.
Dish is stunning.
Thank you.
Definitely a 5 for 5. Good job.
On the 5th day, Gill was at the appetizer station with Sarah Baumert. At the start of the service, Gill noticed that Baumert was missing a lot of ingredients on her cavatelli.
You need cream, you need mascarpone, you need truffle butter.
So Gill decided to help her,
Mascarpone, truffle butter, season it, stir the out of it. Yep, got it.
and because of that, the order was accepted.
Nicely cooked, Megan, Sarah.
At one point in time, when Monique Booker was struggling at the garnish station, Gill decided to help her by taking over the station.
This is my space. Don't touch my space. So I am taking control of the situation.
And thanks to her, food started to leave the kitchen.
Service, please.
As you could see, Gill wasn't just in this for herself. By helping others, she displayed commendable collaborative skills. And she wasn't just a team player, but a leader who could bring victory to her team. Chef Ramsay took notice of her commanding personality on the 6th day during the Firefighter Service Challenge. Gill was at the garnish station, and at one point, because of Baumer's mistakes, the red team was behind with their orders.
Come on, ladies, you're 2 tickets behind.
Seeing this, Gill decided to take the lead, and because of her strong leadership, food started to go out smoothly.
You slice these, I'll make them, you slice. Pull your head out of your past and put it in the game.
And this soon became the norm. Whenever there were any issues, Gill would step in to save the day. During prep time, Gill was frustrated by the red team's loss, and knowing this, Chef Ramsay called her to the pantry to boost her spirits.
You know a lot about food, and I've seen the way you cook. I've seen the way you handle pressure. You've got a lot more to give. I think sometimes you tolerate a little bit too much. You're also a prime candidate in there to start emerging as a leader.
That pep talk surely worked, since during the dinner service, Gill was back in action. Thanks to their impeccable coordination, the red team sent out food smoothly and secured the win. Throughout the competition, Gill left quite the impression on Chef Ramsay. However, during the progress report card, Chef Ramsay applauded her for her remarkable performance, but asked her not to play it safe.
Some of the dishes you've made have been incredible, but playing safe is not the way forward.
Knowing that she needed to up her game during the homecoming planning challenge the following day, Gill decided to do something very bold.
A fettuccine in 35 minutes. It's a little risky.
She decided to make her own pasta with 35 minutes left. That was surely a gutsy move, but was she able to nail it? Gill presented a fresh chive fettuccine with cream sauce and sausage. Check out what the judges had to say about her dish.
So that's something like I've never seen before, and that's what I'm looking for. It's visually very nice, very good.
That was like amazing. It's very colorful, which is what I asked for. I would say the only thing, maybe the sauce didn't add anything to it.
Gill was turning out to be some kind of lucky charm. No matter what or where she did things, it seemed to work out in the end. And so for that reason, Chef Ramsay transferred her to the blue team after that dinner service just to make sure that they got back in line under her leadership.
Megan?
Yes, chef.
The blue team is lacking leadership, but I'm hoping that you can whip them into shape.
And well, Gill lived up to that responsibility. The blue team was finally excelling and did well in all of the remaining challenges. Gill made very few mistakes throughout the competition and was never nominated once for elimination. During her time on the blue team, she even received a black jacket. Gill was so strong on her convictions that she swiftly swept away the title that came with a coveted position at Gordon Ramsay Pub and Grill. But this next contestant, who first came across as an arrogant jerk, turned out to be a kind-hearted man. Bobby Anderson from the 4th season ranked in 5th place. The 4-star general showed off his great abilities during his stay on the show and improved himself at every chance he got. During the competition, Anderson was named the best of the worst on several occasions. So when he was eliminated before Jen Gavin, many fans were left feeling disappointed. Anderson's impression on the first day was pretty subpar. He came across as an arrogant person, and this attitude wasn't welcome at all.
Would you prefer Gordon or Bobby?
You can call me Chef Bobby.
His signature dish, Hawaiian butterfish with Thai pepper sauce, failed to impress Chef Ramsay.
You cooked the fish in the deep fat fryer?
Yeah, I did.
I find it embarrassingly lazy to deep fry the fish. So cut the bull and get back in line.
Later, during the dinner service, Anderson failed as the team captain yet again. He was nominated for his poor performance, and I have to say that he was lucky to survive that one. To be completely honest, most of us doubted his skills and even deemed him to be kind of overconfident. We all thought that he wouldn't be a team player, but then on the second day, when he confronted Luis Petroza, who was on the verge of giving up, he totally won our hearts. You could just see his caring nature as he tried to uplift Petroza's spirits.
Okay.
I'm done.
No, come on, put it down.
No, I'm
Chef
done,
wants you.
man.
Chef wants you. He's right out there. It's okay. Come on, let's go. Get it together. Pull your jacket. Come on, let's go. You all right? Take a couple breaths. No, it's cool. Stay right there.
I'm done, man.
No, stay there. You're cool.
From then on, Anderson didn't fret to take charge. On the fourth day during the dinner service, Matt Sigel sent out burgers that were unacceptable. Chef Ramsay got so annoyed that he asked the blue team to get a grip. Among all of them, it was only Anderson who answered that he would.
Bobby?
Yes, chef.
Can someone get a grip in here? Can we not cook a burger to order?
Yes, chef.
Then do it!
Let's correct the problem, chef.
With that being said, Anderson sent out entrees that were acceptable, and although his team lost the challenge, he was named the best of the worst.
The best of the worst? Bobby?
But you know what definitely isn't the worst? Our channel. So if you agree, be sure to drop a massive like down below and subscribe for more content like this. With that out of the way, let's see what Anderson was up to the following day. During the dinner service, Anderson was at the garnish and dessert station. At the beginning of the service, when Sigel was sending out unaccepted quail eggs, Anderson took charge of the eggs. Because he took control, things finally fell into place.
No, give me the eggs.
If Bobby said give him the eggs, just give him the eggs, guys.
I had to pick up a lot of slack tonight.
Anderson's quick decision-making helped the blue team with their services. He repeatedly came to their rescue, just like this time when he took over Sigel's station when the latter slowed down the entire blue team.
I'm not losing. Maddie, the fish station was going down hard, so I'm not losing. I'm going over there. Move out the way.
Thanks to Anderson's swift thinking and deft hands, the blue team was saved from Chef Ramsay's fury yet again. While Anderson didn't manage to win the competition, he did win many hearts as he left the show on the 11th day. So these were the most loved Hell's Kitchen contestants. Maybe Anderson's sudden attitude change was a strategic deception to stay on the show. Or it could have been something even deeper that we may never find out about. Let us know what you think in the comments section down below. Thanks for watching, guys!